Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me on this Facebook Live. My name is Ruth Duran. I'm a certified life coach. I help business women make more money without working any harder or longer. And I just wanted to come on and share with you guys something that I experience a lot with my clients. When my clients come to me and my clients start talking about how they don't think they will be able to create their goals when they are using kindness and compassion. And for me, one of the biggest things I always tell my clients, and I'm just checking to make sure I have volume on Facebook. I think I do. Okay. And so my clients will come to me, they're hard workers. They are driven and motivated. They're highly, they can get a lot of stuff done. Like I said, they're hard workers. They have a long list of things that they do. They're the ones who are doing all the activities. However, they are struggling because they're not creating the results that they want. And one of the things that I noticed with almost all my clients, and my job is to retrain them on how to come about it a different way, is that my clients will use negative reinforcement to create the results that they want. When we think of negative reinforcement, we think like in a family of origin where we were punished if we didn't do what we need to do. We were yelled at, we were talked at as we're told there was something wrong with us if we didn't do what we wanted to do. We were told that we're scared, like yelled at and scared and told worst case scenario, if you don't do this, you will fail. And if you fail, then what will the neighbors think? What will the family think? Blah, blah, blah. So family of origin uses negative reinforcement, which creates a lot of guilt, a lot of resentment, a lot of shame. But for sometimes it's like, if I'm going to get in trouble, quote unquote, in trouble, I might as well do what I need to do. I might as well do that studying. I might as well do that, get in that homework. I might as well do that, get in that degree, because that negative reinforcement, and it works. So think about it for example, think about if I just get a diagnosis of, cancer. And the doctor says, if you change your diet and you start exercising and start drinking a lot more water, you can beat your cancer. I have that, desire. So my motivation is to go away from something. So that's like kind of like that negative motivation. But it's like I'm going from this one place to somewhere else. And like I said, it works. And with my clients who come to me, they've achieved a lot in their life and they have used negative reinforcement and it has worked. And it works until it doesn't work. It works until the motivation is gone. It works until it's your own desire to create something that you want. And so whenever I work with my clients, like one of the things that I love to give them an analogy of, and as I was really thinking about it, we've all had the two different types of bosses. We've all had the boss that sucks, the boss that we avoid, the boss that we want to hide from, the boss that we don't want to see, the boss when we know that the boss is either coming back to the office after vacation, they've been on vacation, or the boss has been like the boss wants to see you, and you just have this dread and anxiety and you don't want anything to do with that boss. And just think about it. When you messed up, did you raise your hand and dealt with that boss? When you were struggling with something, did you want to go tell the boss? Did you want to be honest with the boss? Did you want to have a conversation and set that boss up to succeed? I'm going to say, honestly, I noticed a big difference when I had a boss that I didn't want to be around because of their boss management skills versus other bosses where I wanted to be around. In fact, the boss that used negative reinforcement, it was easier for me to sit around and talk shit about that boss. It was easier for me to spend time with other people who didn't like that boss. And it was easier for me. The boss says, this is my dream. And we go, well, F you, I'm not going to help you with your dream. And so what we forget is we are the CEO of our company. We are the boss of ourselves. We are the leader of us, the person who is going to either create what we want or not create what we want. We are our manager. And so when we are going for a big goal, especially a goal, our 4 basic needs are met, which is what Dave Ramsey calls food, shelter, clothing, and utilities. When those are met, using negative reinforcement is not going to help us. So if you don't have food, shelter, clothing, and utilities paid, yes, you might want to get away from that struggle, motivate yourself in any way possible to get that. But once that is met, and most likely because you are watching this on a phone or you're watching this on a tablet because you have internet, most likely your 4 basic needs are met. So for you to be able to create more of what you want, negative reinforcement is not going to get you there. And so we've also all had that boss that we loved. They saw us. They told us, even if it was just thank you. They appreciated us. When we were around them, it was easy for us to think thoughts of feeling valued. We knew that, you know what, even if I effed up, even if I made a mistake, I can take it to this boss and they have my back. They will show me maybe where I made a mistake and what I can correct and what I can make better. They have me. They are not going to throw me under the bus. They're not going to take credit for the work that I've done. They are going to validate me. They're going to hear me. If I have a concern and I'm going, you know what, we can create more for this department or this company, blah, blah, blah. They will hear you. And you're having a bad day, they will be there to say, it's okay, I hear you. They are compassionate and they are kind. And I have had those bosses as well. And I was very motivated to set them up to succeed. I was very motivated to do more than I could do. I was very motivated to show up more powerfully. I was very motivated to really make them look amazing in front of their bosses. So really thinking forward, thinking ahead of time, planning, taking initiative, taking on more than was my responsibility, because I wanted them to succeed, because they gave me a space where I could be the best version of myself. They gave me a space where I could show up powerfully. And it's because in my mind, one boss sucked and I felt the negative ramifications of it. Another boss was amazing in my mind, although I keep wanting to say in my mind, because we've all worked in that place where I thought a boss sucked big time, yet they had other employees that worshiped them. And then I also had bosses where I thought they were amazing, and best thing since sliced bread, and other employees thought they were not amazing, because it's all about the way that we are thinking about it. But what I really want you to see is, because of how we are thinking and feeling about that boss, it drove how we showed up at that job, and thus created the results we wanted to create at that job. And we've all been in that situation. And so that's what I want you to really tap into that place, tap into that possibility, because you, my friend, are your boss, your manager, your CEO of your business. You are your leader. And so when you see you, when you appreciate you, when you feel valued by you, when you have your own back, when you feel validated, when you feel heard by you, what does that inspire you to do? What does that motivate you to do? Okay, maybe you've never had a boss, but think about it, a friend, a family member who you knew loved you, that you knew wanted the best for you, that you, even if you messed up, they had so much love and compassion that they told you it's okay. I've had friends, managers, bosses, family members who've done that for me. And I've noticed just instinctively, I bend over backwards for them. I go, they have a dream. I want that dream to happen for them. And so you, my friend, you are that boss, manager, friend, family member, loved one, but to you. And so when my clients come to me and they say, but if I love myself and I am compassionate with myself and I have kindness with myself, what is my motivation to show up and do it? Because you want to, because you want it for you, because you want to set you up to succeed, because you want you to have your dreams. You know, it's like, I'm even thinking about, there are times my loved ones or my bosses that I really valued and I wanted them to succeed, I would stay up and do projects late at night and never once feel resentful, never once feel exhausted, because I knew I turned in my report. I knew I turned in what I needed to turn in, done. I worked hard on it, and they're going to go, you did a great job. They're going to go, atta girl. They're going to go, look at what you can do. Look at what can happen when you believe in you. Same applies to us. You, my friend, spend 24/7 with yourself. You, my friend, are inspired to create a business. Business is not for just the faint of heart. Business is just not for anybody. It takes a special person to be called into business. And so if it works at a job, can you imagine how it would work in a career or in a dream passion? Just even think about it. Motivation, inspiration, validation, seen, heard, having your own back, appreciated. These are all feelings you can feel by the way you think and feel about yourself, by the way you talk to yourself, by the way you spend time with yourself. You know, I hear so many of my clients, I'll spend time with them. They'll tell random strangers, I appreciate you. But when was the last time you told you, I appreciate you? My clients will come to me and say, but I did X, Y, and Z, and I didn't get the result that I wanted. And I ask them, did you tell you thank you? Did you? Because we're looking at the result to determine how we are going to feel. But you busted your butt to even show up. You overcame so much to even show up. You did amazing things to even show up. Did you tell yourself, good job? Did you tell yourself, I see you? Did you tell yourself, I appreciate you? Did you tell yourself, atta girl? Did you tell yourself, you did an amazing job? Yes, we didn't quite get the result we wanted, but you showed up. You showed up and did more than most people in the world. I remember someone saying, like, it's a small percentage of people who go into business in the first place. And then even of those who keep showing up and not quitting is an even smaller percentage. So you, my friend, the fact that you keep showing up, the fact that you keep doing what you need to do means that you are amazing. But are you telling that to yourself? Are you validating yourself? Are you seeing yourself? Are you cheering you on? And so do it for you, my friends. Do it for you. And other people will say, well, if I have tons of love and compassion and appreciation for me, wouldn't I be a narcissist and take advantage of everybody else? My friends, it doesn't even work that way. It's when you have high self-compassion and you see your humanness, you see your value, you see your eyes. You cannot look at another human being and not take care of them. So it always starts with us. And so people will say, well, I'll go above and beyond for my clients. But as they are abusing and not taking care of themselves. But once we take care of ourselves, it's so much easier to show up and go above and beyond for our clients. It's our customers. It's so much easier for us to go, well, I want to do this and this for this person with zero resentment, zero guilt, zero shame. That's the stuff that makes us work harder than necessary. Shame, guilt, dread, negative reinforcement, negative feelings, you know, how they feel in our body negatively. That's what costs us a lot of time. That is exhausting. When we think about it, and back to the boss example, or even a friend example, think about a family member who keeps beating you up for things that you are doing. Think about that person. Hi, Monica. Think about that person. Do you want to be around them? Even just being around them is exhausting, but you are around you 24/7. And so when my clients start tapping into self-compassion, self-kindness, self-love, really showing up for themselves, they actually, when they were struggling and forcing themselves to take action, for example, in their business, they now are inspired to take action in their business. And so a client will say, but if in the past I was forcing myself to do 10 things for my business, but when they start coming with compassion and love and acceptance and kindness, they're inspired and they do more of the things they always wanted to do. They think creatively, they think outside the box, they think of more amazing ways to say things. It's like, oh, I said it this way. I said it this way. So if we're beating ourselves up, it's like, I said it this way, and then I said it this way, and I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I can't say it another way. But if I have compassion, it's like, okay, I tried it this way. I tried it this way. Okay, I'm going to try it this way. And I'm going to try it this way until it resonates with the people, until it resonates with our ideal customers and our clients. And so when I see somebody who's frustrated, somebody who is exhausted, somebody who's even burnt out, it's because they're not using self-compassion and kindness. It's because they're probably beating themselves up. It feels so negative and hard. And so they're not willing to go above and beyond. They're not willing to show up. They're not willing to do the hard things that are going to make the biggest impact in their business. They might be doing things, which is the things that the easy but low impact in their business. But when they come with compassion, they come with caring, they're going to do the hard thing they're going to do the thing that's going to make a bigger impact in the business. They're going to do the thing that's going to move the needle a lot further and a lot faster than ever thought before. So one of the ways is managing my mind. If I am going to be my worst critic and I'm going to try to go into my brain, I'm not going to find the things that are in there that are holding me back. I'm going to, just like with a boss, we're going to hide from them, or just like with a boss, we're going to hide things from them. We're going to hide mistakes from them. Same thing with us. But when we come with compassion and love and we have our own back, we are willing to say, here, this is what's stopping me. This is what's blocking me. This is what's between me and my goal. And so if you really, I hope I have inspired you to go from negative reinforcement to really having love, compassion, kindness for yourself. And I can tell you, once I started doing this work for myself and not being my worst critic, my worst boss, I started holding that space for other people around me. I started becoming that person where people call when they're really like they just need somebody to just remind them they're amazing, they're lovable, they're perfect. And then it's so crazy. They start showing up and doing bigger, greater things in their life with the same time and the same energy and the same effort. So I hope I have inspired you that using compassion and self-compassion and kindness will make you a shitload more money. Using negative reinforcement is only stalling you. And yes, it might work for some time, but it's not going to work going forward. It's not going to work when you are trying to create something. It's not going to help you tap into your genius. And that is what your customers and your clients will pay you for. Your genius, your amazing gift that you alone can bring into the world. They don't want another Tony Robbins like. They don't want another, like I call my mentor, Brooke Light. They don't want another X, Y, and Z Mary Kay like light. They want you. They want you. When you're hiding because you're beating yourself up, you cannot show up as your geniusness. When you have self-compassion and self-kindness, and you have your own back, and you inspire and motivate yourself, and you show up as the greatest version of you because you are supporting you, you make a huge contribution to the world that the world needs. And then if you fall, think about that loving boss or that loving parent or the loving friend or the loving family member who goes, I know it's hard. I get it. It's hard, but get back up. It's okay. I got you. But we become that to ourselves. So I can go on and on about self-compassion. I can go on and on about the difference that is made in my life. I can go on and on about how negative reinforcement just creates shame, resentment, guilt, and just a lot of struggle, burnout, versus positive reinforcement, which is just self-compassion, self-kindness. And I remember when I went as a preschool teacher, and we use a lot of the self-compassion, self-kindness, self-positive reinforcement for our children. And it built a lot of self-confidence, a lot of self-encouragement, a lot of self-determination. Those little children were doing amazing things in the world. And I actually followed a lot of them for years, and they're still doing amazing things in the world. If it can work for little children, imagine what they can do for us. I have yet to meet a successful woman who doesn't have her own back. And the way to have your own back is by having a ton of self-compassion, self-kindness, and really showing up. And so I want you to think about it. If you're feeling self-compassion and you make a mistake, how quickly will you get back up? But if you're looking for, at the end of the day, somebody to look at you and say, you did an amazing job, what would that inspire you to do? What would that wink going, you did great. What would that inspire you to do? And so if you're ready to take this work to the next level and learn how to use self-compassion and self-kindness, join me every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where I will teach a concept, and then I will coach people on Zoom on this concept to identify where they can make the shifts into their business to start making more money without working any harder or longer. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, I can help you. And if you can think of anybody who can benefit from this group, please invite them to this group, because I'm here to help as many women as I can make as much money as they can without working any harder or longer, so that they can live the life with the people and doing the things that they love to do. So thank you so much for joining me. I will go ahead and coach anybody on Zoom and who wants to be coached, because it's only voluntary if you want to be coached. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where I teach another concept and then I coach live on Zoom. Thank you so much and have a very blessed day. Bye-bye.